okay, Mom, if this lady's real, we need to have a sign. So it'll be Tiger, because she would always call him her little tiger. And so he got to this lady's house, and then he came home, and he was always making jokes about everything. And he goes, only my wife finds a witch that lives on a vineyard in a mansion who's beautiful. There's no warts. She doesn't live in a shack. And she's so nice. And he said, yeah, I went in there because I didn't tell her I was sending him, because you never know. You just think. So he saw that she moved some like stone. And he said, oh, what's that? She said, oh, well, that amethyst was for your wife, which is really ironic because that's my birthstone. And she goes, Spirit's telling me to put a tiger's eye. And he's like, oh my gosh.
Huh.
So anyway, it was this great story.
Yeah.
He came home and he was so into it. And, his mom came through, my mom, all these people. And then, so after he died, his voice was because he wasn't supposed to die. So I don't know what happens, but I think sometimes when you're not supposed to die, you get a little grace period to keep talking to your people so everyone doesn't lose their mind. But right after he died, I could hear him so clearly telling me, you need to call Cindy Clifton. And the last thing I'm thinking about is Cindy Clifton, this clairvoyant. I'm like, what? She takes you, like, why am I going to do this? And he's like, you have to. I'm like, okay. So I call this lady. I have friends do it. Miraculously, she gets me in a few days. And she said, and it was pretty wild because how often does she have someone that's a client pass? And so that was interesting. She said, oh my gosh, he's as funny as he was on the other side as he was in life. And he said, oh, wait till you meet my wife. She's so amazing. She goes, I can't wait till you. She goes, he woke me up telling me how great you were. I said, that's because I'm so pissed at him for dying.
I love it.
And so she said, he was just saying like, this wasn't supposed to happen. But back to the golf, I didn't tell her my kids golf. And she said, he wants you to know he is going to be with those kids, the boys, every golf hole. And they need to listen to him when he tells them, use that club or hit this way, they need to listen. So I told my sons, Daddy says that, you need to use, if you hear a voice and it's him, do it. And they're like, Mom, you're batshit crazy. Okay. We feel sorry for you, but you're like headed to the loony bin. And so I'm just like, just be open. Mm-hmm. So anyway, a few days later, my son, Nikolai, Mr. Homeless, calls me and he goes, you're not going to believe this. I was going to play golf and I had given him one of Ken's like David Yurman bracelets. And he said, I was going to take it off because I don't want to ruin it. And I heard Ken say to me, keep it on, buddy. And he goes, all right, fine. I'm going to listen to my wacko mother, leave on the bracelet. He went to go hit off the first tee. It was a par 5, up a cliff. It was like, the hole's like elevated. There's it's just insane par 5. Hole in one. On
a par 5?
Yeah. Bam. And so he goes, I think you're right. I believe it now. I said, okay. Oh, now I'm not so crazy.
Oh my gosh, the best caddy in the world.
Best caddy in the world.